Hi team, welcome to today's workout. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, I will remind you, please make sure to check in once we are finished. You can do that just below the video player here. As well, please make use of the stretching video that is also available to you to leave your body feeling nice and healthy and happy. All right, so today's workout, we're going to do regular supersets with a core focus. How this is going to work is we're going to have two different exercises that are going to work different parts of our bodies while the other rests. We're going to do each exercise for a set amount of reps. We're going to go through each circuit or superset rather twice. After those 2 rounds, we'll take a quick break, we'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one. I'll show you how to do everything before we even do it. So let's get started. Number 1, we're going to do 20 sumo squats, 20 regular crunches. All right, I'll show you these things and then we will get started. So a sumo squat, you're going to start with your feet really nice and wide, toes pointed out at a bit of an angle. From there, weight on the outsides of your feet. You're just going to squat up and down just like that, keeping the weight on the outsides of our feet to protect our knees. All right. After that, we're switching to 20 regular crunches. So a regular crunch, we're going to lay down on our backs, knees bent up towards the ceiling. Fingers are going to be behind our ears just like this. Elbows nice and wide. We're going to lift our shoulders up off the floor, keeping about a tennis ball size between our chin and our chest. Squeeze that core at the top. Then we're just going to lower ourselves back down to the floor. You want to make this tougher for yourself, you can rest a weight on your chest just like this. Or you can bring your feet up to a 45 or even a 90-degree crunch as well. All right, completely up to you. You get to decide that difficulty for those. So let's get started here, team. 20 sumo squats. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. Awesome job keeping that weight on the outsides of your feet. Awesome job. 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through now. 11, 12, 13, almost there. 14. Stay with me now, team. Always remembering to keep that weight on the outsides of your feet. 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, switching to our 20 crunches. First round of these. Remember to modify them if you want to make them tougher. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Lifting, squeezing that core at the top. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through. Keeping those elbows nice and wide. That's going to stop you from possibly pulling on your neck, which we never want to do when doing crunches. 16, 17, almost there. 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right, switching to our sumo squats. Final round of both of these, and then we'll take a break. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Awesome job, team. 6. Stay with me now. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halfway through. 11, 12, almost there. 13, 14, 15. Awesome job, team. 16. Stay with me now. 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, final crunches here, team. Then we'll take that break I was talking about. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. And 7, 8, 9, and 10, halfway through, 11, 12, 13, almost there, 14, 15, stay with me now, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right, awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one, all right? Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in and out. All right, moving on here, team. Up to our upper bodies for our first exercise. We are going to do 20 overhead press or shoulder press. Then we are going to do 40 penguins for our core. I will show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, overhead press, shoulder press, same thing. We are going to start feet shoulder width apart with a slight bend in our knees, just like this. Very important stance when you're working with arm weights. Weights are going to come up beside your ears, just like this, elbows bent at a 90-degree angle. Shoulder blades down nice and low on our backs. From there, we're just pushing those weights straight up over our bodies, just like this. All right, up and down, 20 of those. After that, we are switching to 40 penguins. So, a penguin crunch, one of my personal favorites. We're gonna lay down on the floor, knees bent up towards the ceiling, just like so. We're gonna walk our heels into our bums like this, arms out at a diagonal. We're gonna lift our shoulders, squeeze our cores at the top. Then we're just gonna swing back and forth, side to side, trying to touch our feet, all right? Each time we do try to touch is 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 single counts. We are going up to 40 with those, all right? So let's get started here, team, with our overhead press. 20 of these. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Awesome job, team. 6, and 7, 8. Keep going. 9, and 10. We're halfway through now. Bringing your elbows back to in line with your shoulders as much as you can, not dropping your elbows down too far past that shoulder line. And 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, switching to our penguins, 40 of these. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, team. Awesome work. Just gently swinging side to side, shoulders off the floor, squeezing that core at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Almost there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Whew. All right. Switching back to our overhead press, shoulder press, 20 of these. Final round for both. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Keep going, team. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through now. 11, and 12, 13, almost there. 14, 15, stay with me now. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, switching to our penguins, final 40 of these, and then we will take a break. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9,
10. Keep going. Shoulders off the floor, squeezing that core at the top. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 30. Almost done. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Whew.
All right, awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water and then we'll move on to the next one. Whew. All right, team, take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in and out. All right, moving on here, team, back down to our lower bodies for our first exercise. We are going to do something called good mornings, which is a variation of a deadlift. We're going to do 20 of those, then we're going to do 20 of something called cat stretch for our core. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, good mornings. You can use a weight for this, or you don't have to, okay? You also have two options of where you can hold that weight. We're gonna start feet shoulder width apart with a slight bend in our knees. Always make sure that you're keeping that slight bend in your knees at all times. The two options where you can hold your weight are your lower back, and even if you're not holding a weight, this is where I recommend you kind of fold your hands behind you, all right? Or you can hold your weight one side in either hand, just resting it on your shoulders behind your neck. You're not craning it into your neck, all right? You're just kind of resting it on top of your shoulders on your traps, just like this. From here, gazing forward, that's going to help keep our backs nice and straight. Weight in our heels, we're going to hinge forward, just like this, up and down into a full standing up extension, just like so, all right? 20 of those. After that, we are switching to cat stretches. So, a cat stretch, we're going to get down into table position, just like so. Hands and knees stacked under your shoulders and your hips. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to round our back up towards the ceiling, squeezing our cores at the top, lowering ourselves back down to neutral position, all right? We're not doing cat-cow, if you've ever done a yoga pose before. Okay, we're just coming back to that neutral spine, just like so. So up, squeeze, back down, up, squeeze, back down. All right, so let's get started here, team, with our good mornings. 20 of those. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome job. You always want to keep that slight bend in your knees the whole time. 5, and 6, 7. Awesome work. Stay with me now. 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through. 11, 12, 13. Awesome job. Stay with me now. 14, 15. Almost there. 16, 17. Weight in those heels the whole time. 19 and 20. All right, switching to our cat stretches. 20 of these. Let's get into position. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Stay with me now, team. 5, and 6, 7. Almost there. 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through. Stay with me now. 11. So rising up, squeezing that core at the top, kind of like a reverse crunch. 14, 15. Almost there, team. 16, and
17, 18, 19, and 20.
All right, switching back to our good mornings, final round of both exercises. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping that weight in your heels. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway. 11. Stay with me now. And 12, 13, 14. Almost there, team. 15, 16, 17. Almost there. 18, 19, and 20. All right, final cat stretches as well here, team. 20 of those, and then we will take a break. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Keep going, team. 5, and 6. Lifting, squeezing that core at the top. 8, 9, and 10. Halfway through now. 11, 12, 13. Almost there, team. 14, 15, 16. Stay with me now. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right, excellent job. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water and then we'll move on to the next one. Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go. And in and out. All right. Moving on here, team. We are going to do 10 per side of something called tricep kickbacks. Then we are going to do 20 Spider-Man crunches. I will show you both of these things and then we will get started. All right. Tricep kickbacks. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to get down into table position just like we were for our cat stretch, just like this. One weight in one hand, we're going to drive our elbow up to our ribs on the side. We're just going to glue that elbow to that rib just like this. From here, we're going to straighten that arm behind us just like so, keeping that elbow in place and just using it as a hinge point. All right, we're going to do 10 on one side, then we'll switch over and do 10 on the other. After that, we're going to switch to our Spider-Man crunches. Now, this is a plank position on the floor that you cannot do from your knees. So your options for this are planking on the ground, which is going to be the most intense, or if you want something a bit less intense, you can stand up, lean against something like a wall, a set of stairs, a chair, anything that's going to have you standing up taller is going to make this easier for you. All right. So we're going to get into that plank position on our hands and our toes as if we were about to do a push-up. Core nice and tight. We're going to squeeze our core, draw our belly button in back towards our spine just a little bit. Then we're going to drive our knee up to its elbow on the same side. All right, back and forth, just like that. We're going to do 20 in total or 10 per side, however you'd like to count that. All right, so let's get started with our tricep kickbacks here, team. 10 per side. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2, 3. So just using that elbow as a hinge point. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Keep going, team. 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching to our Spider-Man crunch. First 20 of these. Here we go. Modify this if you need to. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that core squeeze nice and tight the whole time. 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, almost there. 18, 19, 20. Whew. All right, come right out of that plank position. Let's shake everything out before getting back onto our hands. All right, tricep kickbacks, final round of both. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going, team. 7, almost there. 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, switching to our Spider-Man crunch. Final 20 of these. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway, keeping that core squeeze nice and tight. 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. All right, awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one. Whew. Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in and out. All right, moving on here, team. We are going to go back down to our lower bodies rather. For this one, we are going to do 20 bear kicks and 10 per side crunches. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, bear kicks. We're going to get down into table position. Again, hands and knees just like this. From here, we're going to tuck our toes up underneath our shins just like this. Now, the intensity of these goes up if you hover your knees off the floor the whole time. All right, you can leave your knees on the floor depending on your intensity level, depending on how your wrists are feeling. All right, basically what we're going to do with a bear kick, regardless of which form you pick, what we're going to do, we're going to take one heel at a time. We're going to kick straight back as if you're trying to touch the wall behind you. All right, kicking straight back with that heel. We're going to squeeze our bums at the top. We are going to alternate legs each time. If you want, you can do all 10 on one leg and then switch. I really don't mind. All right, so 20 in total, 10 per side. After that, we're going to switch to 10 per side crunches. So a side crunch, we're going to lay down on one side at a time. Feel free to bring your knees up so your body kind of forms a 90-degree angle just like this. Bottom arm is straight out in front of you. This is so we don't use it to help ourselves up. All right, fingers behind our ears just like this. We're going to crunch up, squeeze that oblique on top, very gently lifting our bottom shoulder off the floor. All right, up and down just like so. We're going to do 10 on one side, then we'll switch over and do 10 on the other. All right? So let's get started here, team, with our bear kicks. 20 of these, 10 per side. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. This is one, if you're hovering your knees off the floor, you might want to keep your core nice and tight as well. Make sure you're keeping your bum down nice and low as well. If you are hovering those knees, 10, 11, 12. So kicking that heel straight back. This is a backwards motion, not an upward motion. All right. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right. Switching to our side crunch. First 10 on one side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. Lifting, squeezing that oblique on top, very gently lifting that bottom shoulder off the floor. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Same thing. Let's get into position on our other side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. Keep going, team. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching back to our bear kicks. Final round of both, and then we're done for the day. All right, here we go, team. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Keep going, team. Kicking that heel straight back, squeezing that bum at the top. 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through now. 11, and 12. Squeezing that bum at the top. 13, 14, 15. Almost there. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, switching back to our side crunches. Final 10 per side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going, team. 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. Final 10 of these, and then we're done. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So squeezing that oblique on top, very gently lifting that bottom shoulder off the floor without help from your bottom arm. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, awesome job, team. Whew, we are done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate you being here. Now that we are finished, please remember to check in. You can do that just below the video player here. As well, if you feel comfortable with it, I would love to see your sweaty selfie on social media. You can tag me on both Facebook and Instagram at M12 Fitness Liz. All right? Thanks again so much, team, and I'll see you for our next workout.